What's up guys, in this video I want to compare a super cheap phone, the Nord N10 5G, a super low price phone versus the flagship $900 Pixel 6 Pro and see how they compare. And I think it's going to be very surprising between these two devices. So the first thing that I'm going to compare is that both of these have 5G, so that's a tie right there. A $100 phone versus a Pixel 6 Pro $900. Now the Nord N10 5G, it's going to be brand new. It's $300 if you get it unlocked, but you get it prepaid for $50 and you can get it used unlocked for as low as $100. Pixel 6 Pro, brand new, $900. You can't really get any cheaper than that unless you go to Visible here in the US and you get it no contract. They'll give you $200 gift card, so it effectively makes this one $700 if you don't do any of the carrier trade-ins or any of that stuff, because they're just way more expensive. I'm simply going off of unlocked type prices. But anyways, let's continue with the hardware. Now the Nord N10 5G comes in at they're around the same exact size, honestly. And the weight wise, the N10 5G is 6.7 ounces, is more lightweight than a 7.4 ounces on the Pixel 6 Pro. For the SIM card department, the Pixel 6 Pro has the eSIM built in, so that's very, very handy. The Nord N10 5G does not have that, has a regular SIM card slot. For the display, you're getting a LCD 90Hz display on the Nord N10 5G versus the AMOLED 120Hz refresh rate on the Pixel 6 Pro, so a better refresh rate on the Pixel. Size-wise, the Oneplus phone has 6.5 inches versus 6.7 inches on the huge Pixel 6 Pro. 1080p resolution on the Oneplus, 1440 QHD on the Pixel 6 Pro. PPI is 406 on the Oneplus, 512 PPI on the 6 Pro, so a little bit better. Always on display on the Pixel as well. Now the Pixel also has IP68 dust and water resistance up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes, so that's a bonus on the Pixel. Now for the software, they both run a stock version of Android, but you're getting Android 10 on the Oneplus N10 5G, Android 12 stock version on the Pixel 6 Pro. Now you're not getting any updates on the N10, but you're getting 3 full updates on the Pixel 6 Pro. You're not getting too many new features or advantages on the Android 12 software from the Pixel 6, but in the future you might get some really cool new features later down the line. Chipset, the N10 has a Snapdragon 695G, which is okay, but the Pixel 6 has a powerhouse in the Google Tensor chip, Google's in-house software chip, or hardware chip, I mean. Next we come to the storage, and it's a tie. Both have a huge 128 gigs of internal storage, but the N10 has a bonus of having a micro SD card slot. For the RAM, you got 6 gigs of RAM on the N10, which is okay, but you got 12 gigs of RAM. It's very future-proof. It's for power users on the Pixel 6 Pro. Camera system, 4 cameras on the OnePlus, 3 cameras on the Pro, on the Pixel 6 Pro. 64 megapixel main camera on the OnePlus versus the 50 megapixels on the main camera on the 6 Pro. 8 megapixel ultra wide on the OnePlus, 48 megapixel telephoto lens on the Google Pixel 6 Pro, 12 megapixel ultra wide on the Pixel 6 Pro, and then you have the 2 megapixel depth and 2 megapixel macro shooter on the OnePlus, but both shoot in 4K. Overall, better cameras going to be on the Pixel 6 Pro for sure. Selfie camera, you got 60 megapixels versus 11 megapixels on the Pixel 6 Pro, 1080p on the OnePlus, 4K on the Pixel. And you get a headphone jack on the N10, and you do not get it on the Pixel. Bluetooth 5.1 on the OnePlus, 5.2 Bluetooth on the Pixel 6 Pro, but both have NFC, that's for payments. Both of them have USB Type-C for charging. Unlocking the device, you got a rear-mounted fingerprint reader on the OnePlus. You have under the display fingerprint reader on the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Battery wise, both have strong batteries. N10 has a 4300 milliamp all-day battery life. Pixel 6 Pro has a bigger, better 5000 milliamp battery, also giving you all-day battery life. Both have fast charging at 30 watts. The Pixel 6 will get you 50% charge in around 30 minutes. It also has a bonus of having fast wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. So one is a budget device, but it has a lot of flagship type feel to it. The Pixel 6 Pro is definitely a flagship device. It pretty much does everything a flagship is supposed to do, along with strong stock versions of Android. But you're not really getting that much value, I believe. I think the overall better value is the N10 5G. They both giving you 5G. They both give you a baseline of 128 gigs of storage. You have bonuses on the N10, like a micro SD card slot and headphone jack, if that suits your needs. Pixel 6 Pro has a great camera, but the N10 is not far behind. But honestly, neither of these are going to benefit from having a good camera, in the sense that Google still doesn't offer a way of having a true nice, easy, simple, free video editor. You have to get a third-party app to do that, to edit videos and putting them together. So that's kind of a pain right there. That's something that iPhone does very well with iMovie. And you are going to get future updates on the Pixel 6 Pro, but it is a more expensive device. Either talking about $900 fully unlocked, or if you get it on Visible prepaid in the US, that's $700 with that prepaid gift card that they give you. The Nord N10 5G is $50 and you go to Metro by T-Mobile, or you can find it used for like around $150 unlocked. So you're talking pretty much $150 versus $900. So that's a big difference right there. So yeah, the overall better device, Pixel 6 Pro, but you're paying a lot for it. N10 5G is a good value phone, even though it's been out for a while now, pretty much a year. But you know, for $150 or $50 on prepaid, it's not a bad deal at all. So thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.